and Shattered with Premier Guitar, and we're at the Summer NAMM show in Nashville, and we're having beers with Joel here from Chase Bliss, Dan, and you just heard Brady, who you might know from Old Blood Noise, which we'll get to later, and we are going to be talking about the mood. The mood. So Dan, tell us a little bit about what we were hearing on the intro there with the mood.
All right, so on the intro, we were using the left side of the mood to take what Brady was playing and play it back at double the speed. So it was taking in notes, and then it would read them, and it would sound like it was an octave up because it was doing it too fast, and then you'd hear it again because it just kept reading everything too fast. And then I used the right side of mood to sample what was happening, and it basically just took a loop because that right side is always listening, and it just grabbed a loop, started playing it back, and then that and what Brady was doing both got processed through that same double speed delay.
Let me just, I'm going to translate that. You want good tone? Get yourself a mood, all right? If you're not interested in good tone, then just pass on it. But if you decide not to get a mood, don't go crying about your tone because we gave you a shot here to have good tone.
You warned him.
This is all about tone, right? That's what he meant to say.
Thank you, Joel. So what kind of nightmares or dreams did you have that led to, you're like,
tone.
this is what I need to make?
Tone.
Just tone.
Like, I want good tone. Then so let's make a pedal that gives you good tone.
Right?
Am I right? Yeah, tone.
Tone. So Dan, as like a lot of the Chase Bliss pedals, what we heard there was probably 5% of what it really does.
Yeah.
So why don't you take us through some of the other sounds and things you can do with the mood?
Sure thing, yeah. So let's get some tones.
Yes. Tone.
So just
Tone.
Let's show that right side. So I talked about how the right side is just always listening to what you're doing. Basically, if Brady plays a little bit, I can just grab a little piece of what he just did, and he doesn't have to play anymore. We can just start manipulating that loop. So in this middle mode,
Hands up, Brady. Hands up. Hands up.
it's just grabbing a loop, and in the middle mode, it's called tape mode. You can change the speed of playback of the loop, so it can go speed and direction. So you can do like faster kind of octave up stuff, or you can do it in reverse and even reverse octave up type stuff. And the length
are critical to good tone.
Critical to good tone. Yeah. And the length knob is going to determine how much of that loop it plays. So if you make it super short, it gets really garbled. Then if we make it longer again, and I'll max out the mix so we just hear that loop.
Now we're hearing just the sampled stuff, right?
Yeah, so just that little piece of what Brady was playing that I grabbed by hitting this switch is now playing back, and I can manipulate direction and speed. And part of the magic of the tone of mood is that this clock controls the entire pedal. It's controlling the frequency that all the chips in this pedal are working at. So if you take this sound, let's do, I think that's forward, like unison. That's what Brady played that we heard earlier. If you change the clock speed, if you move it up, everything happens faster because the clock is running faster. As you bring it down, everything starts to happen slower, and the fidelity of everything starts to get kind of garbled. Yeah. And this clock control is quantized as well, so it's just fifths and octaves of everything. So as you sweep through, it's a musical, instead of just like this linear, like weird pitch shifty stuff, it's skipping to very musical intervals of the loop that you played. Brady, if you want to play it a little bit, I'm going to sample another thing in the stretch mode. So this shows a little bit more of what that right side can do. You can take a little bit and really wash it out. And to be honest, I'm not even totally sure what these knobs do, but they do give you really good tone. So you can like bring the tone all the way down and get really like weird, like tiny, almost like ring modulated tiny bits of what you just heard, or stretch it out in different ways and just create a lot of atmosphere out of that. And
this will be great for blues gigs.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why we made it. Care about your tone. Get yourself a mood.
It's optimized for pentatonics, actually. Yeah, pentatonic scales. Yeah, it actually the quantizes.
Let's talk about the channel you designed.
Yeah, let's get into that. So now that we've got a sound over here.
Have we talked about who made this pedal? David Rollo?
Yeah.
David Rollo designed this channel. Yes.
So, yeah, when Joel decided to make the ultimate tone machine. He approached David Rollo of Drollo Effects to design this right side that we've been showing.
For Tube Screamers, so that's why we enlisted him. Anyway, sorry. Proceed.
Yeah. So, and then he approached us to make this left side, which you have barely even heard yet. You know what? Let's turn off this loop and
we can hit the left side.
maybe what we'll do. Let's get a little more from Brady. Just gonna grab a little piece on that right side. And then we'll start to explore what this side can do. So right now I've got both the Drollo side and what Brady is playing going through our side. Let's start by just adding a delay. So that loop is now getting a kind of mid-time, mid-feedback delay in addition to the guitar that Brady's adding to it. And when you turn that time knob, lots of tone.
And you always have control over the clock that controls this processor and this processor, so you can always do weird pitch shifting stuff. I interrupted.
Oh no. Well, I mean, yes, but yeah. So like, I talked about how the clock control changes this, like the playback speed of the loop. It's also changing your delay time. So if we get like a mid-speed delay, and then we make it slower, that delay takes longer to get there. You can totally just crush the whole thing until it's only letting frequencies up to like 1K through at this point. So
at first when this came out, I think you had a lot of questions like, what's the difference between this and the blooper?
Oh yeah. The thing is, it's a lot. We made a blog post. I feel stupid if I like try to do it, but pretty much. Well, I'll try to just like the short version. Mood is about like exploration, accidents, and just super immediacy, inspiring. And the blooper does that stuff for sure, but it also is like a serious, high fidelity looper. It's like serious shit.
Yes.
And this is serious too, but it's a different kind of serious.
Yeah.
They work well together. So
yeah.
Everyone that cares about their tone should buy both, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. If you're serious about your tone, if you're a professional musician, you care about tone. Only then.
Are you going to put both into one pedal?
Oh man, that's a really good idea. I don't know. Probably. I'll have to talk to these guys, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna have Brady play us out with something, but let's. Where can people go online to find out more information about how to get good tone?
ChaseBlissAudio.com, and also, I mean, Old Blood. Even though they don't sell this on their site, they sell all these other stuff on their site. So, if you want good tone, you also should check out Old Blood Noise Endeavors.
All right. This is Jason Shadrick with Premier Guitar. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more NAMM coverage. Let's have a cheers, guys. Cheers. Cheers. All right, Brady, you can play us out. Cheers. Cheers.